These are 5 facts about breast cancer in under a minute. Every 13 minutes, a woman in the USA dies of breast cancer. 1 in 12 women will be diagnosed with breast cancer in their lifetime. Breast cancer also affects men and kills 450 men in the USA every year. Exercise such as walking and a little light jog will reduce breast cancer by 30%. Breast cancer is one of the most survivable types of cancer. These are 5 facts about breast cancer in under a minute. Every 13 minutes, a woman in the USA dies of breast cancer. 1 in 12 women will be diagnosed with breast cancer in their lifetime. Breast cancer also affects men and kills 450 men in the USA every year.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, like we were saying, welcome to Platform for Education. This is the Liberian Radio and Television Network, uh, based in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. We are about to discuss some um, sign and symptom of this coronavirus. We just want to keep uh, informing you about anything new about this. We have a whole lot of myths about the coronavirus, how people should treat it, how this should treat it, how what and what should be treated, and all that kind of thing. So on the other hand, something that we have already got it written, we just want to make sure that we put it out to you there. All right. Before then, before the coronavirus ever came to being, what did we used to do before? Before the coronavirus ever came to be, how did we prevent infection, respiratory infection? How did we do it? Didn't we used to cough in a handkerchief or in our napkin? So when we are among other people and you got a cold, or you don't have a cold, you don't just sneeze among other people. You had to cough in the handkerchief, or you had to cough in your hand or the napkin, right? That one way we used to do it. Then the next thing to do is you go outside, you come back. What will you do? You will always wash your hand, right? You wash your hand first before you touch the food to eat, right? That's what we used to do, okay? Because that is the most safer way to prevent respiratory infection. Because it always had to enter your nose. Respiratory infection is through your nose or through your mouth. All right, but most of the time in your mouth, it is being destroyed by the saliva enzyme or the normal flora in your mouth. But when they enter your nose, they attach the cells in your nose, then is another program. But this is how most of the time respiratory infection, this is how we got it. And this is how we used to prevent it. When you have respiratory infection, you sneeze. When you sneeze, they didn't tell you say you must sneeze your elbow or something like that. They say you want to sneeze, take your napkin and sneeze inside like that. All right, and put it and just put it in the garbage or put it somewhere that nobody else will touch it. Okay, but now this coronavirus, see what they have been telling us. You got to clean the surface, clean the surface. You got to go wash your hand. Okay, we know that we've been washing our hand before. We've been washing our hand before. When you go to wash your hand, how do you wash your hands? How do you actually wash this hand that they're talking about washing your hand? Before then, we know that when we wash our hand, washing hand will eliminate 80% of bacterial infection or bacterial transmission. All right? Bacterial transmission or any kind of disease transmission that you can get it from the nose by touching your mouth or in your nose, something like that. And you touch a surface or you touch something that is wet from the patient that is infected, and you don't wash your hand, you know, uh, it will be a little bit different. You see, so that's what we used to do. You wash your hand, you wash your hand, wet your hand first thing. When you wet your hands, then you put the soap on your hand, wash your hand for like 20 seconds. 20 seconds, you wash your hand like that. Okay? You wash your hand for 20 seconds. So it can be cold water, it can be warm water, but make sure that you wash your hand for 20 seconds. Okay? This is how we used to do it. Now, the coronavirus now, they're telling you specific. You wash your hand for 20 seconds, you wipe your hand, and then at the same time, you come out, you sneeze, elbow, this and that. The next thing they add on is you should have your mask. You should always wear masks and other things like that. Okay, always wear masks, and the next thing to do is you can't go You cannot invade anybody private anybody personal space anymore. You cannot invade anybody personal space anymore. You can't stand 2 feet in front of anybody anymore. You can't do that. If you do that, you got to be having the mask on. And this, the way we're looking at things, is going to be the same way. They may take this to say, okay, it's normal now. Let everybody be always distance yourself from the person 6 feet all the time. So if we have to always distance ourselves 6 feet apart from one another, then it is going to be good. Nobody is going to develop respiratory infection. Because if you stand 6 feet away from me and you don't talk to me for 10 minutes, okay, you are 6 feet away from me and I'm wearing masks and you're wearing masks, it is not easy that I'm going to get any respiratory infection. Except that I'm going to get an infection from you that is skin or that's something that's a bacterial infection that it is not transmitted by respiratory means or is not transmitted by droplets or anything from your nose or your mouth. But if any disease respiratorily, if we are using this method that has been added by the CDC that's saying in addition to washing your hands, in addition to sneezing inside a napkin or your handkerchief, you now have to wear the mask, okay? And now I now have to wear the mask at all times when I'm in the public area. Wear the mask, okay? Then I should not get in anybody personal space. I should distance myself 6 feet all the time. So if we practice this now, we are going to almost eliminate the transmission of respiratory infection. That's why we think is going to happen. That's why the medical community is thinking about. If that's the case, respiratory infection is not going to be easy to see most of the time. Because if everybody, does practice this, then the transmission of respiratory infection is going to be severely reduced. If it's not eradicated, it's going to be reduced. Okay? So that means we are always going to be with this mask. Even if this mask, if you cannot get it from anywhere, you can fix your own mask, right? You can fix your own mask. People are nowadays respiratory infection, you see, because of the coronavirus. See how many people can fix the mask. You see, even the face shield. See how many people fixing it by themselves and giving it to other people. So many of us now know how to fix a mask without even going to look for any of those in the hospital. You see, this is what our president was saying. Those are all who are in on social media. We talk about Liberia not doing this, not doing that. We should send them 1 million masks and send them 1 million test kits in order. This is the thing that he was asking. But we should not just talk, and don't send them anything. You see? But on the other hand, here, it is not even America producing them. Many people in America now are producing the masks from their own home and giving it to other people. Children in school are producing the masks and face shield. So the children in Liberia, or you can take, the president can say, well, look, you know what, the way we have already called the state of emergency, we are now going to give the tailor maybe something like $500 a piece. Let them fix a mask. These people will go and take a soft cloth and fix a mask and put a robot in there, fix a mask. They will fix it as fast as possible. Now, you don't know, maybe one tailor will be able to produce like 500 a piece, 500 a piece, and you give that to all the tailor on Ronald Street. What do you think? They all will produce this mask. When you go look, everybody on the street of Monrovia will be having masks. But he's not thinking about that. He expects us in America to send 1 million masks. You see? And we are not even in America, we do not even have that just like that. We are also producing it here. Is it so we feel that the same way we're producing it, the people over there can produce the same way. You know? Why do we have to send 1 million masks and then 1 million test kits? You see that kind of thing? So the test kit itself, this test kit is something that we take, it's a swab that it is done through the nostril. All right? And you just put it in the reagent. You put it in the reagent, certain color come out, it will tell you that this person has been exposed to the coronavirus. It will not tell you, say, the person got a disease. It will just tell you, say, the person has been exposed. Okay? He had been exposed to coronavirus. Somebody who had the coronavirus talked to the person, and that person attracted the virus. The virus is found in the nostril. Maybe it's about to enter the cell of the nostril, of the nasal, the cell on the nasal wall. You know, is about to test it, or that person had not had symptoms yet. You see, but that test kit, the swab we do from the nose is only going to tell you that this man has been exposed. If this man is not having symptoms already, what does he have to do? Say he has been exposed. This man is going to go back home and go right in his house, all right, and wait there from that day that they told him you have been exposed. He will count 14 days from that time. He will count 14. He quarantined himself right there. He will find himself into a bedroom. 14 days he will spend. He will spend 14 days over there. All right. So in that way, he will be over there for 14 days and observing himself. In something like you doing this kind of thing, you want to observe yourself, or you know you are not familiar with hospital method, like taking your temperature, like what you hear, taking vital signs, something like that. Try to contact you are in that kind of condition. You contact your close friend who is somewhere around the medical side, and he will tell you, say, send you self-quarantine. You have to be there every day. Perhaps you do your temperature in the morning hour, do your temperature at 12 noon, you do your temperature at 6, and do your temperature late at night before you go to bed. And each time you do your temperature, you write down, like today, the 3rd of May, you do your temperature this morning at 6 a.m., 12 noon, you do your temperature, then you do your temperature at 10 o'clock, you're going to bed. And make sure that you recorded all that, and you did it, recorded for the 14 days that you will be over there. You see, if any of these vital signs changes, like getting at the same time you're feeling different, and the meantime you are there, you are drinking a lot of water. Okay, while you are over there drinking a lot of water, you stop other children from your house or anybody else in your house. You stop them and say, look, don't come on this side. Just give me this for right now. Give me my food in this plastic bowl. So to put your food in that plastic bowl and open the door halfway, the person who is giving you that food got a mask and give it to you very fast, less than 10 seconds. Okay, less than 10 seconds, because you in order to attract the virus, you will have been in somebody's personal space for 10 minutes. Talking to that person for 10 minutes. You who got the virus, you're talking to somebody who does not have it for 10 minutes, and that person will get it. All right? This is how person-to-person contact occur. Person-to-person contact occur. 10 minutes. That man is infected, and he's talking to you who are not infected. He's talking to you for 10 minutes, and he right in your personal space. You see? for 10 good minutes, you will get it. You understand that? That's what it means. So if you self-quarantine, that's what you're going to be doing. You take your temperature every 3 times a day, and you record that. Temperature should not change. At least it should be 98, around 98. It should be around 97, 98, 97. When you see that it's going to be 99, you see that it's getting to be 100, then a little problem coming. But at that rate, when you quarantine yourself, in that 14 days, you should not have fever. You see, it should not be over 98.6. It should not be over 90. It should not be over that time. All right. The temperature, take it in the mouth. All right. Take the temperature in the mouth. Put your thermometer in your mouth. Okay. Sometimes the digital thermometer, you put it in your mouth. If the time is over, it will sound pam pam. You take it out, and you will see the reading. You write it down. You see the reading. You write it down. You see that reading, you write it down. 3 times a day. 3 times a day. At the same time, you get your vitamin C, that is 500 milligrams. Sometimes you get your zinc, you put it down. Okay? Then you get your Tylenol that you issue in case your temperature change from 98.6 to going to 99, going to 100. You start having that kind of fever. So then, bring that fever down. You bring that fever down by taking the Tylenol, every 4 hours. And the temperature change. That temperature changes now from 98.6 to 99, from 99 to 100, to 101. Now, what are you going to be doing? At that time now, what is happening in your nose? You are becoming congested. Your body is aching now. That means you actually got the virus. At that point now, you call your physician and say, look, at so time I did the test and they found out that I was exposed. But I've been here, I self-quarantine myself now. I'm here for 1 week now. Okay, I'm supposed to self-quarantine for 14 days, but I'm here for 7 days. But here I'm on vital sign. And today it changes and I'm having body pain. I'm having pain in my body and my nose, I'm congested and other things like that. In that way, your doctor will say, okay, you know what, now that you have it, go to the hospital. I will ask them to, I will order chloroquine, and they will be giving you that. Because chloroquine is a main one that can stop the replication when the virus making itself, making itself plenty. Now, the more the virus makes itself plenty, the more it spread into your bloodstream. And if it does that way, the blood, it is the main transportation of everything that our whole body wants. The blood transport what? It transport the air that we breathe in. The blood transport the water we drink. The blood transport the food we eat. So the blood transport these 3 atoms. So if anything dissolve, get into your bloodstream, it will go to any part. It go to your heart. It go to all over. It go to your brain, everywhere. All right. So before the virus can get into that, the virus has to get into that blood before you start having fever. If the disease is not inside the blood, you're not going to have fever. It got to get inside that blood. When you get inside that blood, that's the time you're having fever. And you know why you're having that fever? It's because what in your immune system is in that blood. In other words, you're having your white cell, the white count, the white blood cell that lays there for 60 days. Then you got the red blood cell that is responsible to carry it carry iron, or it carry air, it carry water, it carry food, and all that, and the white blood cell is there to fight against all the different infections. So once they start fighting, what happened? The white blood cell go against the virus. What you're going to see? The next thing you see is you are going to find what we call fever. That's what you're going to see when when you're hitting one another. When those two things hitting one another, you're going to find fever. You're going to have fever. So you don't want to do that. You don't want to see that. So when that happens, what you going to do? Please call your doctor. Chloroquine. That's why chloroquine is good. Chloroquine, when you take chloroquine, it starts the replication of the virus. Okay? It starts the replication of the virus. The only time you come to take antibiotic is the time you are self-quarantined for 7 days. Then you go back there for for uh, for like 14 days. You are not taking chloroquine, and this thing has entered into your cell. It entered into your cell. From your cell, it entered into the blood. The next minute, it going to enter your lungs. You see, and now when it get into your lung, it becomes completely different. Okay, so in that way, it is not the right thing to do. You see, that's the time you are going to be taking antibiotic, because that become that there where the pneumonia come in now. You see, this is why they tell people say you cannot you are not breathing good. You're having difficulty breathing because it has entered your lungs. That is the complication of that. All right, let's take a little break and come right back.
These are 5 facts about breast cancer in under a minute. Every 13 minutes, a woman in the USA dies of breast cancer. 1 in 12 women will be diagnosed with breast cancer in their lifetime. Breast cancer also affects men and kills 450 men in the USA every year. Exercise such as walking and a little light jog will reduce breast cancer by 30%. Breast cancer is one of the most survivable types of cancer.
All right, we are back. We took a little break. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a phone number over here so that you have some other. Let's see. I don't know. Okay, the platform for education. So let me see. Okay. Phone number. Let me see if I put the phone number over here and you'll be able to get it. 675816177. Okay, done. Let's see that. Okay. Let me remove that and put that there. Okay, let me see. There it is. Okay. Done. All right. I hope you see that phone number over there. I hope you see that phone number, 267-581-6177. Okay. So I hope you see that. That's the phone number I put over there. So look at that. If you have anything, call me. Okay, have anything, call me. So that's what we've been talking about. Okay, we've been talking about coronavirus and how it has been the sign and symptom of respiratory, uh, how that sign have been the CDC had added upon it, had added upon other things like this time we had to keep 6 feet distancing. This time we had to make sure that we keep masks on. But before then, we were washing our hands and we were coughing, were sneezing or coughing in public places. When you want to sneeze, you take your handkerchief, you sneeze, or you take a napkin and sneeze in it. That's what we used to do. But now this time, because of the coronavirus, so for 1 minute. Let me try to do something here. I will come right back. Let me mute 1 minute. I will come right back. Take another break. All right, we are back. We are back. We are back. We were just trying to fix something quick. Okay. Uh, so that's what we are saying. That we have washing hand, which could take 80% of transmission of diseases, plus sneezing in your handkerchief or sneezing in a napkin. But because now coronavirus has come, they have added the mask, they have added distancing. So we got 4 important steps to always do in order to prevent respiratory infection spread, to prevent the spread of respiratory infection, in other words. All right? That's what we had to do. We had to wash our hands, we had to wear our masks in public areas, and then we had to distance ourselves. And I know sooner or later, nobody going to say, "Oh, don't distance yourself." No, no, no. They may take that to be another method to use for good. To put a mask, maybe they might say, "No, don't wear the mask," but that 6 feet distancing is likely to stick to become a law or to become a method to use. You see? So you 6 feet, you cannot invade nobody's privacy no more. Before then, we just used to go and stand in front of somebody and you say anything. And that's how many people got this thing. You stay in somebody's privacy, you speak any kind of way, and you stay there for 10 minutes. You know, sometimes you're standing talking with your friend for 10 minutes, over 10 minutes. That's how people get it. So now you got to be 6 feet. You got to be wearing masks. You got to wash your hands. All right? This is the thing that we got to start doing now. So that is being done all over. You see? So when our president said that we who in America, we should try to send masks. We should not just come on social media and talk. We should try to send masks. 1 million masks. We should try to send 1 million test kits. You know, these are the things that he expects us to send back home. At least that test kit, you know, it is not, we can't get that test kit on this side, of course, but you can find a way to get a reagent that they can use when they do that swab in the nose. You know, you can use it. You can find a way to get that test kit or that reagent. You know, We don't know where they get their test kit, where they're getting their test kit from. Whether they're getting it from Nigeria, they're getting it from Ghana, or we don't know. But when it comes to the mass, I think tell the people about washing hands. And again, you got to understand something. Thing that we do in America, it is not a necessarily thing that you have to do in Liberia, in the tropic. America being in the Western world and is in the cold region, you should know virus does not survive very well in the hot climate like our own, like in Liberia. But in America, virus survive because we are in a cold area. You see? So when the people are in the sun, it is not easy. Transmission of virus not easy that much, except that they are completely sitting down in one another's nose, talking, eating and laughing or dancing, all that kind of thing. All right, but perhaps if they were wearing masks at night when they go home, they wear masks, or in the day for them to wear masks again is something that you got to be thinking about, because they are in a hot sun. They are in a hot sun, you see, and the government can help to produce the mask. You can only, to me, what I could suggest is that the government can take some $500 or so a piece and give it to the tailor on Ronald Street. Let them get a soft cloth and just cut it, 6 inches, half a feet, like that, half a feet, and then just sew it and put a rubber in there. Is a mask right there, and it will not take you 2 hours fixing one mask. It don't take you even 30 minutes to fix a mask. It will not take you 30 minutes to do that. So if the government could get in that to produce that amount of masks, that means everybody in town will be having masks. And the fact that the government will say they are only restricting this state of emergency to Bomi, Mount Gibby, and Monserrato. To me, I don't think that should be the only thing, because we feel that somebody from Mount Gibby, somebody from Monrovia can go to Mount Gibby. You come to Mount Gibby, you will leave and go to Banga. From Banga, you may go to Zosa, you may go to Seneca, you may go to Ganta, and you may travel from Ganta and you go to Grand Jira. So the whole thing, the whole country will be locked down. So I don't think they should only say Mount Gibby, Bomi, and Monserrato. That's not the only place that the disease can be prevented. It had to be prevented in the whole country. So whatsoever is given to the country for assistance to prevent the spread of this virus, it should be extended to all the 16 counties, so that they can also have way to prevent it, so that they can prevent it over there. Educate the people what we should do. We should wash our hands. The fact that you guys are so close to one another is not right. That one way that this disease can spread easily, because you close to one another. So they are asking us to start doing 6 feet distancing. So educate the people, and then allow them to show them how to fix a mask. Everybody will start fixing masks. You just allow them to do it. You just allow them to say, look, this is what you should do. Fix your mask this way. Everybody will start fixing masks. Everybody you see them, they will start putting on masks. At least then they will say, oh, don't come close to me. But they say we should not be close to one another. They will start learning it. But if you don't tell them, instead you are putting curfew, you beating on them and all that, they are not going to learn, and you are not teaching them anything. You are not stopping the spread of this virus. So we believe that education will come first, to tell them how this coronavirus infection spread. How does it spread from one person to the next? You see, you make them to understand that it spread from one person to somebody. When you speak to somebody, when you're standing in the person, close to the person, that the personal space, that's what we're talking about. And you are standing in the personal space of the person and you speaking for over 10 minutes, that person can get a disease. You see, these are some of the things that we talk about. Look at how many people got the virus when they had that April 6th. When they had that April 6th meeting where all the government officials went and they were having their meeting. That April 6th, we believe that they were all sitting in a one narrow, small room and they were speaking to one another. We don't know what was the nature of the national security meeting matter that they were discussing, but after they came from over there, one person would have already gotten the virus before that meeting. That's the point. That's what we make. That's what we suspect. One person already got the virus before that April 6th meeting, either April 6th or April 11th meeting. Okay, April 11th meeting. That was the April 11th meeting. One person will have gotten that virus before that April 11th meeting. You see, in that way, you know, that person infected majority of the people. But again, when they left from that, they themselves did not get to know, except until one person from that particular meeting tested positive. Then everybody else will start testing positive. Again, when they left from that April 11 meeting, do you know the contact of each of those people that attended that meeting? Some people went home. Some people went to another gathering. Some people were in the street. Some people were talking to the police, you know, because these are official. All right, they went to speak to their constituent. They went to speak to their bodyguard and all that. They went home and talked to their wife and other things like that. So in that way, if you are infected from that meeting, then you went home and talked to all these people. These are your contacts. Now this is where we're talking about, major spread of the virus. So it doesn't take one day, but because that April 11, okay, to the 22nd, the 27th of April, that making it 14 days, somebody from the meeting tested positive. So you should know that the rest of the people that have been in contact was very, very much infected. You see? So this is what we're talking about. So that's exactly what we're talking about. That April 6th, April 11th problem meeting that they had over there, it was not the right thing to do. It was the right thing to do, you know. So let's take another break. We'll come right back. All right, we are back. We are back. Like we said, share the video, share the video, share the video, share the video. You know, share the video, so that we can have this. And let me put on phone number here and see. Let's see. Let me put on phone number. All right. See that. Well, you have something to share. You have something to share on this that we're talking about. Look down there and see if you can call You can call that number so that we can see, call us so we can discuss this. So if you have not heard it, if you can, if you making, if you can make mass. If you are able to make mass, we want you to understand that the president wants us to send 1 million mass, 1 million mass right to them, and we should send 1 million test kit to them. This some of the things that he was talking about. He said these are things that they are in need of. So if you can make mass, then we should try to do something like this. That's what he said. You see, but I just thought that saying everybody in America making mass, and the mass, we don't think it is very hard to make. It is not very hard to make. The mass is not very hard to make. So they can make that mass over there, and they can educate. In everything, if education does not come, why you think the CDC come? They put all these little matter how you should wash your hand, how you should cough in, you should cough, and cover your mouth when you're coughing, when you're sneezing, cover your mouth and all that. You should have a mask on at all times in public places. You should distance yourself when you go to public places. Don't stay in somebody's personal space and talk to them. Why you think so? They put outside education first. They put outside education because they know that this is the way the virus is transmitted from one person to the next. Saying they know that, now they tend to educate us. But you see, because now back home, we are not putting education on the forefront. Instead, we are thinking about giving people rights, giving people this and this and that. You can give the people rights, but if you want to stop the spread of the virus, educate them on how the virus is spread. How does the virus spread from one person to the next? Educate them on that. Let them know that this is how I'm going to get infected. If that man stand closer to me and talk to me, I don't have mask and he don't have mask. All right, I will get infected. So I need to have mask, and he need to be 6 feet away from me. Let the man understand that this is how the virus is spread. So if he know the way the virus is spread, then he will take precaution. Educate them on that. Let the team headed by Mary Brewer know this. Put this first in the educational method up front first in every community. People, this is how the virus is spread. That's why we're asking you to wear the mask. That's why we're asking you not to be in close together. You should be 6 feet apart from one another. When you're to the bank, be 6 feet apart. But you all go to the bank, everybody standing together. You see? Let this educational method go out first. Try to educate the people first. Let them know that when they know how the virus is spread, it will be no problem. They will get to know that and they will take precaution. But if you don't educate them, now here we are talking about, they got to get rest. Everybody got to go get rest. Right now, we're looking at all house government official giving rights now. They're giving right to people. Like we saw the president, I got project, and my project is giving rights to the people. I care for the people. You see, I care for the people. If you care for Liberia, you must send 1 million masks. You should not go on social media and just talk, and no action. This is what the president was saying. We are just talking, no action. We are not taking action. Okay, we know that. But the thing you're asking us to send, the 1 million masks that you want for us to send from America, we ourselves do not have it here. That mask, other people are making it. There are people sitting here. They are not in a hospital. They just sit and see how the mask is made. Other people started making it. Other people started making it. But the mask that we got from the hospital is not even many up there no more, because it is not many. They are not making it now. Many people are home, so they're making a mask at home. So the same more way people are making a mask at home, that's the same more way you will ask the people to make their mask, to make the mask. Ask the tailor, they will make that mask. You see, so you will not, so that everybody on the street will have masks. They will have that face mask. You see, and then you tell them that they cannot be close together, because this is the way the virus is spread. When they are close together, they can spread the virus easily. You see, just as the government official was together on April 11, having that meeting, and the guy infected with one another. You see, so these are things that we must understand. Education, in anything we do, education should come first. Education should come first. Now, in Liberia, town like this, you see, immigration is closed down. Worldwide, immigration is closed. Guinea is not going to open their border to any Liberian. Neither Ivory Coast or Sierra Leone, Ghana will not do it. They will not allow you to fly to any of those countries. You see, that's why when we take over, when we are here, when we're doing things in the country, we should always, it's good that we came to America. When we came to America, what we see, what are those safety method we got here? What are those things that make us to say America is good, we can live here? What are those things that make us to think that way? You see, the law enforcement, the law that got over here, you don't break it. If you break it, you will be arrested and you will pay fine. If that money, you will pay money. Then if that jail term, you will serve jail term. Here, they don't waste time with that. That one thing that is straight and straightforward over here. At least if it's not even 100%, at least it is 80%. That one. The next thing is the healthcare delivery system. You see, even you do not have money, you do not have insurance, but you're falling out there, they can take you and drag you into the ER. The people in the ER are going to take care of you. They are not going to say, well, the person, we don't know if he ain't got insurance or this and that. Let lead the person, let the person die, let the person bleed. No, they are not going to do that. They will take care of you. After that, you will pay some. They will tell you how to pay the money. You see? These are the things that every country should be informed about. Every country should know about. Every country should have that as a backing. Always protect your citizen. Your citizens should have the right to go to any hospital when they are sick and get a care and get a health care delivery system delivered to them. Let them get that health care. Let them get let that service be open to them. All right, we should do that. Then we should have the educational system that is very competitive to other countries. We should give that to our children, because this is the two things. If the healthcare delivery system is not in the country, if the competitive educational system not in the country, then there are no country, because the people who are in government, every day that come, added to their age, making them older, just like every one of us. So, if that's the case, the little one that we have going to school are the one we're depending on to take care of this country tomorrow, to take care of their own children, and to take care of the older people. You see? And to run the government competitively to other African country or to other country in the world, so that they can be called a country. You are not called a country when your healthcare delivery system is zero. You are not called a country when your educational system is zero. You see, you are not called a country when you cannot feed yourself. And this is what we do in our own country. We always depending on another country to give us food. When we go low, they say India food food system rice assistance program will give her this. China assistance program will give her. In this China, we're talking about they can give her rice assistance program. China is an island. They don't have land. Tell me where they're planting the rice that they're going to be giving, they're going to be assisting all with this rice now. Where are they getting the rice from? Now let me understand. They all this China rice program that we getting, we get from like China rice was saying, China sends us rice. Let me understand. Where are they planting the rice before they're giving all this surplus now? Where? Some time ago, during Eddie Johnson Salih time, we understand that the Chinese were melting plastic and fixing it in a form like a long and cutting it into pieces to say, oh, that was white rice. And that rice, they brought it on the Liberian market. They started selling it $5 because it was cheap. Everybody started buying it. Now, once they started cooking it and eating it, when we go low, many people were dying from intestinal obstruction. They cannot go in the bathroom. They stay there, the stomach swell, and everything start backing all into their mouth. They die. And that came about in Liberia. They say, oh, yeah, they should take the rice from the market. All right, and that died now. Whether that was a crime or what happened, what ain't happened, they covered that one in the commerce ministry. But here today, we say, oh, China will get all right. China rice program. That's why sometimes I get confused. I don't know how much land China had to produce rice that going to be giving all rice. We who got a rainforest, can we produce our own rice? Can we make our own rice? Can we make our own garden and eat? Huh? Eat from our own garden, eat from our own rice farm. Can we do that? Are we going to be depending on India? Huh? India, there are many people there. They themselves looking for food to eat. Why are we always going to be depending on other people? When we know we got a fertile land that we can produce rice, we can grow the rice, we can do everything there. Why can't we do that? Look at how this one unitary government we got. You see, it has been like that from time to time. From time to time. The government we got, it always just sit in Monrovia. Right there, right in Monrovia. That the government we got there. That the government, Monrovia is Liberia. I mean, some of you who are listening to me, think again. Think. You think the government we got extend to Banga? You think the government extend to Nima? You think the government extend to Maryland, Sino, Grand Jita? No. The government is only extending right there to Monrovia. Maybe Mangibi or Bumi County because they are the closer county. Okay? But the government doesn't go far away because it's a unitary government. It's a government of only few people. It is not a government of everybody. You see, this is what more people do not understand. The goal they're talking about, oh, democratic, our democratic. No, people. This is not what you call democratic. They're not democratic government. It is a unitary government only for few people. So these few people now do not care to lay down a healthcare structure that's supposed to deliver the healthcare system to everybody. They don't care for that. These people do not care to lay down a competitive educational system that's supposed to educate our children that can be competitive to other people, to other country. That's not the kind of people, that's not what we're talking about. It doesn't work like that. That's not what we're talking about. That's not the kind of government we have. Only a government that can bring other people in, a government that can bring other people in, a government that bring other people in, and the government, that's the kind of government that will be for representative, that will be a Democratic, that will be a Republican government of Liberia, like we say, Representative Democratic Republic of Liberia. If we get a government like this nature, that government is going to be for everybody. That government is going to lay down a healthcare delivery system that you can leave from this country and go back home, and sit there and enjoy your retirement. Because when you know your pressure is high, you will run down straight to JFK. You run down straight to JFK and get your pressure medicine. When you know that your sugar is high, you run down, you call your doctor to JFK. You go down there. Because you see, the only way you are secure, you know that you all right, when you have law in order. You are sitting there, you left here and went back home, and you're sitting down in your little home over there. Then you sitting over there. When something happen, you are going to call the police. You see, you are going to call the police. These are the things we're talking about, and the police going to be right there. So at least you know that you are secure. You call your doctor, and the doctor will send you ambulance. You know that you are secure. But it will get the country, and the government do not have these system, the medical system in place, healthcare delivery system in place, educational competitive system in place. You think, and the worst of all, we can feed ourselves. You think we called country? Do you think we call ourselves country if we cannot do these three things to ourselves? You see, we cannot do it. We cannot do it. The first thing is, I think we should try to put the law, the system. That's why I think the let me take a little break.
These are 5 facts about breast cancer in under a minute. Every 13 minutes, a woman in the USA dies of breast cancer. 1 in 12 women will be diagnosed with breast cancer in their lifetime. Breast cancer also affects men and kills 450 men in the USA every year. Exercise such as walking and a little light jog will reduce breast cancer by 30%. Breast cancer is one of the most survivable types of cancer.
These are some of the things that we have to be thinking about when we are you know, when we are discussing on social media. All right, we're discussing on social media some of these things, because I feel that we are in a country when we can feed ourselves, when we have strong law that we all respect, and when we all in the country are involved in the government. The rural area, they are involved in the government. The rural area receive the benefit from the government. All right, the same old way the urban people benefit from the government. I think this is the kind of government we want. But for a government to just be for a government of few people is not, I don't think is the right thing. The government for few people is not the right thing. So I think that it would be nice to have the government, that everybody will be involved. And that seems to be a government, a representative Democratic Republic of Liberia. In this way, the people sitting in those counties are going to elect their own superintendent. They are going to elect their own local government. These are people who have been born in those counties. These are people who got a developmental idea for their own county. You see? If we take these people, if we select them, if we elect them to be superintendent, to be mayor for their own county, I believe the country is going to develop from the rural area. I believe. Stay back there, please. I believe that's going to be the same thing. So there will be no way that we are going to have people, just say, let this person become a superintendent. But when that person become a superintendent, this person is under superintendent because they appointed him. Who appointed this person? The president appointed him. That man goes there, he does what only the president say. It's not what those people in the county say. So as a result, the county will not have light. As a result, the county will not have there will be no drug in no hospital. There are nothing. Because the man is not, the citizen cannot even talk to the man because he's being appointed by the president. He is only to pass the mandate of the president. He is only to do what the president say. It's not what the people in our country say. They will not do it. So this is what we're saying. The government from time to time of Liberia is the government of Monrovia. It is not the government of Liberia. Because if the government for Liberia, then that means the superintendent of all those counties will be elected. When the central government passed the budget and said we got $10 for Bon County, they take the $10 and send it to the superintendent in Bon County. Bon County superintendent now will take that money and do the development and take care of the development in that county. Okay? While the representatives are in town, if they want to go back to the city, they want to go back to Bon County, they can go back and listen to their constituent and pass law that will be a positive effect toward their constituent. Then we are including the people in the government. Now the people can hear us. But the way it is, they are nothing. How then can we say the people in the rural area should pay taxes. In those days, the people used to pay taxes, but nothing the people ever got from paying our taxes. Nothing. They never got any school built in those taxes. They never got any clinic in those villages. Nothing. No kind of paid latrine. No kind of school, elementary school. Nothing. Even found the market road, you never see anything like that. Huh? But notwithstanding, this country that we in, America, have been pumping money to government in Liberia, pumping money to unitary government in Liberia, unitary government in Liberia, unitary government in Liberia. But when the money is received in Monrovia, it's still right there. Because as a unitary government, it's only for the clique. You see? It's only for the clique. And the clique do not respect their own law they make. So what happened? Everybody has gotten used to that. So right now, you put anybody there who say he a representative right now, what you think you want to do? You see, majority of the people who run to become representative, senator, president, this and that, majority of them did not have the first money to support themselves. Majority of them. Few of them did. They could go there and say, no, I'm not here to take money. Few of them. But majority of them go there, they only keep quiet to get in there. Whatsoever they get there, they take it. Because that's the whole thing to go there for. Some of them did not even have a kitchen before going there. They did not have. And that's how majority of them have been doing from time to time. For instance, look at our president there. When they get there, the white got foundation. Every majority of our president white will always have foundation. They will not have foundation before they get to be president. No. When the husband become president, he got foundation, and that foundation is being budgeted in our Liberian budget. It's being given donation by the Liberian House of Representatives. All right, money that not supposed to be going to somebody's pocket just like that. What is the president white doing in the government that he's going to be having a special budget? What does the president white does? No, it's not. That's not the way. You see, that's not the way. So this is what happened when we get a unitary government that not for the people, it's only for the elites, and the elites do not care about the law. The elite do not care about the law. The law is for the poor people, so that the poor people will behave themselves. They should not talk about them, so that the poor people will not harass them, will not steal from them. So to make that law, when the poor people steal from them, they will take that poor person and jail him. When that poor person talk about them, they will take that poor person and jail them. That's the elite. That's what the unitary government will do. The unitary government will not want to do anything openly. No, that's not their objective. That's not the unitary government objective. They are not accountable. They are not transparent. All right, and they are not for everyone. They are not for everyone. Their work is only towards certain place, and that's it. All right? Is this how we're going to go back? Majority of our people right now who in government, you see some of their children in foreign land in school. So when they're talking about competitive education in Liberia, they don't care. They don't care for that. They don't care how much the poor man's son go to school, whether he learn or not. They don't care whether he will take part in the government, whether he should be part of the government. They don't care for that. They don't care for the university student to learn the best. No, they don't care for that. Because they first are all afraid that the university student will take their place in government. So they don't care for that. So they look at the government as a place that they will be until they die, or even before they leave from there, they will have enough money to live on. That's how they want to do it. And money that they are getting is not all from their pay. You see, from the time Ellen Johnson Sirleaf became president, we thought she was going to change this particular law, and that's the same law that she's been fighting for all this time. Remember, she accused Doe government of corruption, nepotism, and Doe jailed her for that. Okay, Taylor government were behind her for that. All right, but when she became president now, we thought she was going to change this particular. She was going to change this particular government. You know, she was going to change a particular type of government system or change the law where it said that Liberia is a unitary government. It's a unitary government that the legislature can only increase their own pay. Okay, and they can increase their term in office. They can increase the president's term of office. They can increase their own term of office, because these are things that they must do for their own self. But they did not put anything in the law that will benefit the common man in the rural area. You see? So as a result, majority of the people in the rural area do not even know the president's name, because the president has not even appeared to those rural areas to say, oh look, I am the president, or I did this, I did this. You know, it had never even happened that way. It had never happened. You see? It had never happened that way. So as a result, the people there do not even know the president's name. Because what is this president? The president is a president for what? For this country? What is the president doing? What is the president policy to the people in the rural area? What is it? Is it good for them? What is the president economic policy? Or what is the president educational policy? What is the president health policy? Is the policy that the president make in this regard has a positive effect on the people in the rural area? No. So this unitary government is only for the elite in Monrovia. That's it. Whatsoever come to the government of Liberia is still right there in Monrovia. It does not pass to go to Nima, Lofa, Bon, Bassa, Grand Jira, Sino, Maryland. No, it doesn't go there, because the government does not know those people over there. When you hear they say there's an election, that's the time they take ballot and send it to Lofa, because they send it to the county, because the president appoint superintendent and tell the superintendent, look, ballot come and give it to the people, let them go and vote. Tell them that they must vote for me. And that's it. These people, education is their time. They are not educated to any system. So whatsoever the president, superintendent told them to do, that's what they are going to do. After that, that's it. After the people in the county finish voting according to what the president told the superintendent, the ballot come to Monrovia. It crossed right there. That's it. The president win. Okay, he president. That's it. What he happy or what the people need or what the people do need or nothing. The people do not get nothing back. What the budget look like or what the county need, what the county do not need, whether the county got a hospital, whether the county need a school. It is not anybody's business. It's not the president's business. The only thing the president care, I send superintendent there. The next thing, I send the ballot back and the people voted for me. That's it. That's it. So as a result, the president got all the power. He can say, look, the lawyer, look, now, for instance, upon we have make a proposal that people who in America, who are second-class citizens for America, and they are citizens for Liberia, when they come here, they should not hold no position, not even a managerial position in government. They will not hold position. Now, when we come and learn to the best of our knowledge, and we feel to go back home and work and put in place what we have learned, so that it can improve the living standard of the people that we left there. How are we going to do it when you say we cannot hold position in the government? How are we ever going to help our own poor people when we cannot hold position in the government? At that rate, we can't say anything. We can be there, the government doing anything, because the government is the government that does not respect law and order. We know that for a fact. So when we go now and sit down, we are educated. But look at somebody who is a representative who cannot even read. All right? But here now, I'm operating in the clinic. The person will come and say, okay, the clinic, we know that the medicine that should be there, it should be done this way. But that man doesn't know anything about any medicine, about any, even about hospital. But he's going to make law concerning hospital. This is a place I'm going to go to work. Then you'll say, oh, those people who are educated, let them go. What did they do? You can't send anything and say, I'm taking from here, I'm going home to open your clinic. You can't go home to open your clinic. Because you open your clinic, you don't have law to protect you. Anybody can walk in that place and tell you, say, I'm taking it the next minute. And you don't take time, they shoot you down. They hurt you. They spoil your equipment. Nobody will say anything about that. Oh, he come from America, he want to show that he know. That's it. If they did that to me, you think my friend want to look at play like that and go there? No, he's not going to go invest in our country. He's not going to invest in our country. Because what they did to the next professional person, the other professional person will not go there. They are not going to allow that, because the first thing, there are no law to protect anybody, to protect even the citizen and the resident. There are no law. You go there to do this to you. If that person, that person is involved with he's there, he's a businessman, he can tell you, say, this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. As long as he got money, money have become a goal, let's say, on the whole continent of Africa. You see? That's why the Chinese go to Africa with experimental vaccination, because the leadership of Africa only want the money, because they do not understand. As long as they hear the Chinese tell them, look, we gave you $1 million, we want to test this vaccine on your people. Oh yeah, you give it to me. All right, they will take that money. That's all they want. They will take that money. Majority of the people who go into government do not even have kitchen before they ever got there. Some of them do not even have a car before ever getting into government. But when they get into government, you know how much they have the next minute. All right? Look at Lrtn Johnson Sirleaf. Before she got into government, they said, declare your asset. Let some of you who are listening to me, you saw the asset of Lrtn Johnson Sirleaf. Look at that time, that asset she declared. Today. Look at her asset today. All right? She was the head of the unitary government. She was there when the breakup of Ebola. She was there. Then what happened? When she was there as the president, the Ebola breakup. All right? How much money did they not give her? They gave her a utility line. You go on Google and say Ebola, donation toward Ebola in Liberia. You will see how much money Spain, France, all the different countries, down to America, giving $200,000. Okay, all those people putting in money just to fight. Then they turn around and gave her money for quarantine hospital, to build a quarantine hospital. You hear what those people used to say? The minister then, oh, the Ebola money, when they divided, I will come and buy my car. Or some people did. Some people did come to like America and bought like $48,000 car and carry back to Liberia. That was the Ebola money, but they forgot to know that this money was intended to build a quarantine hospital. So in case another outbreak comes, you will be able to put people in that hospital to observe them based on the disease incubation period. or the pathogen incubation period, like we had now. The incubation period for this particular coronavirus is 14 days, right? So in this case, if we had a quarantine hospital built already, it was going to be built in the way that you have ventilator in this place. It will be built that you have patient monitor up in every room. All right. It was going to be built that you will have ambulance there. It was going to be built that you will have a stretcher that can fit in the corridor. All right. But look at that was not built. But instead, the money was divided right into the pocket of the same unitary government because they had the power. Did anybody in the rural area think about any coronavirus money? Nobody know interior. Nothing. What's so money that went to Liberia here? It's still right there in Monrovia and it dissolved right there. It got missing right there. The unitary government is the government of only the elite. The people in the rural area do not have any power in the government. They don't take part in that government. The government only go to them when they won election. The president tell the superintendent that he appoint, and when you tell the people to do this, that's it. And the poor people over there, they are nothing. They can't fight back. How they want to fight back? First thing, they are not educated. Second, they can't feed themselves. All right? You are hungry. You don't know what to do. How can you fight yourself? How can you fight anybody? The person who know what he's doing. You can't fight them. Anytime they come around you, they'll say, yeah, what we're doing it good for you. That's it. You see? What they open say, when he got there, he said he pro-poor. He for the poor. He for the poor for what? He for the poor for them to prosper, or he for the poor to keep them poor? Did he? Is that what he's saying? He for the poor to keep them poor, or he for the poor for them to prosper? Which one? Which one? Look at today. All right? Coronavirus. They gave them $25 million. Okay? They got together on April 11 to investigate or to come and have a meeting. What was the meeting for? We don't know. But from there on, majority of the government officials got infected with the coronavirus. We believe that some of them had already been infected before getting to that April 11 meeting. Yes. Some of them got infected and the virus in them were in the incubation period. Okay? And at that rate, they still can pass it on. They still can pass it on. And as time goes by, majority will continue. And even their contact, the contact from that meeting, from that particular day, that meeting, all those that the guy in contact with, all those people the guy in contact with, is depending on them. If again, majority of them who were in that meeting, if any of them have what we call pre-existing condition, you have diabetes, you have low blood count, you have lungs problem, you're smoking, you have some lung problem, you have diabetes, you have heart problem and other things like that. Okay? And you're taking medicine, you are on dialysis and all that kind of thing. It becomes dangerous for you because these are people who have immune system compromised. The immune system is not good, it's not fighting, it does not fight properly. It's already deficient. So you get this kind of virus, it can, even a common cold virus can overcome you. It will lead you to a pneumonia that will be detrimental to your survival. You see? So these are the kind of things. That's why when we always get into government, we get into a government with a clean intention. I got into this government. I believe my contribution to this government is going to be for us to have incentive commodity to the people. for my government to be able to provide incentive commodity to them. Let give them a clean healthcare delivery system that nobody will leave from this country and go to a neighboring country for healthcare delivery system. Nobody will do that, because we are going to fix our hospital in a way that even the homeless on the street will come to this hospital and will be given a proper treatment for malaria, and he will be well and he will go right back home. We are going to establish this. We are going to establish the healthcare delivery system in a way that I can take a child over here and say, look, there's a spelling bee contest going on in London. They're looking for the 6 African nation, they're looking for students from the 6 African nation. We're taking somebody from B.W. Harris in the 12th grade to go and take part in that spelling bee. Because I trust my educational system. The curriculum is good. It's competitive. So I'm sending this 12th grade student. That 12th grade student will go down and will compete with those people in that spelling bee. And he will be victorious. He will win and come right back. That we know that this is what we're talking about. Competitive educational system. We are not talking about a system where when you just take money and pay and say I'm paying wire fee, but you don't know what they're teaching the children to go and pay this money to sit on wire fee. They will sit there and fail because what on that is wire examination had not been taught to the child. Your curriculum do not carry what on that wire examination. Your curriculum does not carry. Look at the curriculum. What is said that you're teaching your child that tomorrow when he passes this school, when he leaves this school, he can stand out there and say, look, I can compete with anybody in Nigeria in the same grade. I can compete with anybody in Ivory Coast, in the same grade, in Guinea, in the same grade, in Sierra Leone, in the same grade, in Ghana, in the same grade. What is it? We can't boast of that because our educational system is completely a failure. Our healthcare delivery system is a failure. If it had not been a corona infectious disease pandemic, majority of our government officials would not have gone to hospital 14. They would not have gone there. They all were going to go to either coming to like America for treatment, or going to Ghana, or going to Nigeria. Because hospital 14 will only be there for the poor man. Because first of all, it's not equipped. As we understand, we can see it on social media. The hallway does not even allow 2 medical stretchers to pass by. No. How many ventilators, how many patient monitor do you have in there? Huh? No. You see, again, we go right back to square one. Unitary government. They don't care. They just want to do something for their need. Is it hospital that you wanted to build, or the money you use, you could use that money to renovate JFK to the best of your ability with the idea and advice of the medical professional what we need in JFK to make JFK one of the best hospitals in West Africa, so that no government official will go to America for medical checkup. Will go to any other country for that matter. You will stay right to JFK and get your medical checkup, because we will put it together in the way that we put it together right here in America. But you think is that the way? No. Everybody again want to make need. You got to go and take money, that money, and spend it over there and say you put it hospital 14 just for the name. Hospital 14. How many military persons you have in Liberia? Huh? How many of them you have? What do they do that you building particular hospital for military people? Or you hear that in America they got veteran hospital, so you want to go over there and build that? You see, it's not necessarily everything that we see here that will be done over there. But you should see the need before you carry out there. You see? So I think it was, to me, building such a hospital was a waste. That money could have been directed to the renovation of JFK, putting back TNIMA together so that we can have a qualified training passed on to the children coming from 12th grade who want to be in medical field. Will go there and get a qualified training to become nurses, physician assistant, environmental health services, and other professionals. So that this is what we call development, human development in many areas. You see? But none of those things ever happened. None of those things ever happened. So what are we? What are we? Are we a country or what? You see? Ghana, Nigeria, Sierra Leone, Ivory Coast, they laugh at us. They laugh at us. You see? They laugh at us. We got legislatures. Some of our people do not hardly read, do not even look at it. Look at the law that we got. You see? And nobody think about revisiting the Constitution of Liberia. Nobody think about that. And they forgot that that is the Constitution that crippled this whole country. If we were to revisit our Constitution and change Article 3 and change various articles there, all right, that say that had to do with president being persecuted when they leave office, some of those things, and change it, things would have been all right. But the people knew, the elite knew, that if we stay under the unitary government where they can only appoint their superintendent to those various geographical locations, they are able to control the people. They are able to control the people to the best of their ability. The people will not say anything to them. They can do anything they want to do. That gave them more power to do anything. That's what they did. That's what they did. That's why they cannot change that Article 3 from unitary government to representative democratic republic of Liberia. They can't do that. Where a superintendent is going to be appointed. They don't want to do that, because if they did that, it will take this government from them. The government is going now to be for the rural people, because the rural people will not be able to speak. They will know what they can do for their own country. But as it is now, they are not going to do that. They are not going to do that. That's what they are doing. You see, we don't have healthcare delivery system. We don't have competitive educational system. We can't hardly feed ourselves. Who is going to motivate the people in the rural area? The people in the rural area bring their food, bring their products on the market to sell. Nobody buy, because the people in the urban area, the government, they got few money, and they just want, only few people got the money to spend. All right? Unitary government, their main objective is to create social injustice. Okay? That means few of them got the money, the rest of them do not have that money. So they made a law that since they create social injustice, anybody that will pass and want to harass them, that particular person will find himself behind bar with no court, with no court appearing, and that's it. So it is hard. It is so fearful to go back to the country, because you go back to that country, they can come back and say, "Oh, this person, he did this." The next minute, you are behind bar. The next minute, nobody will be there. And what you got, they will take everything from you, and nobody will say anything to you. And you will be there. You can see the wrong thing. You are not supposed to talk. You are not supposed to talk. You see it happening. You see it happening. You see, that's the kind of government we have. We have government who representative confess that they took certain money from the electricity corporation. They took that money. Yeah, I took it, but I will pay it back. Why you took it? He stole it. If they had not asking, they had not pressed on him, he would not confess. But yet and still, that's the kind of credibility that they need of a representative. Is that a credible person? Is that the kind of character you need of a representative? But still, they can take that person to be a representative. And the same representative is the same representative who bodyguard was drowned right in a 4 feet deep pool, right in your yard. And this boy that got drowned as a bodyguard is 6 foot tall. Tell me, 6 foot tall will get drowned in that 4 feet deep water? The next day, the man's body was buried without even informing the pregnant girlfriend. Today, that girl delivered with that child in Monrovia. Anybody will say anything? That's the government. Police were never even informed. But he's a big man. This is what we're talking about. The unitary government, everybody about the law. Everybody speak for the government. You can see. Does any particular person speak for the government? No. They representative get up and say, oh, the government do that, my president will do that. When you get up, the information deputy minister get up and say, oh, my country do that, I got facts. Everybody speak. Nobody have a particular job to do. Anybody ready to speak anytime. That's the kind of government. Government is no law and order. Okay? There are policy. There are no... What policy? Everybody just speak. What policy are we going by now? Everybody just speak. Anytime John Brown ready, pick up the mic and speak. When they person ready and speak. But who are we going to listen to now? That's it. That's how the government going. That's how it operates. You see? That's the kind of government. And this is the kind of government they want to keep running. That's why they say Liberians who are citizens in America, they are considered second-class citizens in America. When they come to Liberia, these people should not hold no government position. That's the proposal of the president. And he passed it on to the legislature. And hopefully the legislature is going to pass it. They're going to pass that kind of law. Because they themselves do not want someone all to go and want to say, look, people, we want to get into the house of the legislature. We want to get in there so that we can fix this thing. Nobody want to do that. You see, if the man used to sit here and steal all the time, you think he want to go down there, he want you to go down there so that the same place he used to steal, you made law that any money come here this time, it should be reported here before you put the money there. That means you close that hole for him. He doesn't want that. He doesn't want you to do that. That's why they don't want nobody in America to go back home to take part in politics. Because if you go back home and take part in politics, the way you live here, that's how you want everybody to live in Liberia. The way you live here, that's how you want so that when you are on the pension, you go back home and say, oh, I'm retired. You can live back home, bearing in mind that you are protected by the law. There's a strong law in order. Nobody does anything to you if the law is right there. Nobody. You see? But these people, they don't respect it and they don't want it that way. So as a result, they pass this kind of law. Okay? We can be here. People will say, oh, your sister, why you can't come home to do? How can we come home to a place where there are no law? If we go there, we see something wrong. By the time we talk about it, the first thing they come back to you. Or you say this thing, you gotta go to court, and by the time you get to court, the president say, George, that man wrong. And the judge will say, yeah, the man wrong. That's it. Because the president has such a power that above the legislature, that above the judiciary. That's the unitary government. That's the kind of power the unitary government has. It has that power. The president has that power. You see? And nobody is talking about reducing our power. Nobody. Because everybody talking now, they just want to get the power. When you get there, you're in that position, you will never change it. Ellen Johnson said he went there. She went there. She was, first of all, that what was on her mind to change that law. But when she got there, she found out that it was in her favor. She can take all that she wanted to take. She never even talked about that law. She left it right like that and got everything she wanted to take and did everything. Keep them poor and illiterate to control them. You listen to that policy? Keep the people poor and illiterate to control them. You see? Keep the people poor. Keep them poor, number one. Keep them illiterate, number two. You will be able to control them. If the people do not know the difference between how the coronavirus affects you and washing your hands and keeping 6 feet distancing, if they do not know the difference, you're able to control them. Then they don't have 1 cent to buy anything to eat. They're hungry. You're able to control them. That's it going to there. This is what the unitary government does. These are the kind of policies that go on with that. You see? It doesn't mean that unitary government per se, that's the character of all unitary government. That's not the character of all unitary government, but the character of the particular unitary government that have been existing in Liberia from Todman time until this time. That's their character. Non-transparent. They are not accountable. Okay? They are the worst corrupt. Okay? No law in order. They don't respect any law. The president has the higher decision-making power about all 3 branches of government. They only use the word democratic to fool others so that people can hear it and say, oh yeah, we are democratic. That's it. But do they do what democratic government do? No. No, they don't do that. They don't do that. They call the name. They just say the name. But democratic government for the people, of the people, by the people, is not what we have. There are no such thing as Liberian unitary government for the people, of the people, by the people. No way. Please. No way. We don't have that. We do not have that. The president carried the higher decision-making power in that country. Like you see America now. America is a federal. Every state has a unitary government. But guess what? Let's take our country, the state of Pennsylvania. Our own governor. You think the President Trump, appointed our governor? No. We here elected our own governor. We here elected our different mayor for our different state. We elected our board, our council, city council member. We elected those members ourselves. This is where democratic come in. This is where the people in the community come in. They come to speak. We speak through these people that we selected. They are there for 4 years to move. 4 years to move. All right? That's it. That's how it works. But you think you will carry that back home? You can't carry it back home because it will take money from the man. The man want he coming to power in the first place. He got 1 cent. Okay, but majority of the people here want to get in the government to put their idea on introduce their idea of what they feel is good. If the people will hear their idea and vote on it, it will be some of the accomplishment in government. But not like that. Our people buy home. Only few of them go there with idea for the people to know the idea they got. And it is good for the people. And the people will promote it and they will support that kind of representative. They will support that kind of senator. They will support that kind of president. If that idea is good for them. But majority of the people do not go there with idea. They go there with the intention of getting money to live on, getting money to drive the best of car, getting money to get the best of women. How many women they want? Okay? Majority of them go like that. Majority of them go there for the name. Because they are nothing already planned that the one that they saw it was not happening, that they want to go there to change. What is it that you went to government to do? What is it that all these years you've been looking, you say, I want to get into government. What is one thing that you want to get to government to change? If I sitting here, I were to get into government, I will not get to even any part of the government. I will want to put my, even if I'm a cabinet minister, which it will not be the right place. Because if I put my idea down and tell the president this thing is wrong, let's do it that way. The next minute, because he got the power to fire me, the next minute he will fire me. But I don't want to do that way. That's not the place I want to be. I want to be in the place where the laws is made. Then I dig these things up one by one and educate my colleagues and tell them this is the wrong thing, this is the good thing. Look at this law, compare it to this, compare it to that. Look at how good is it. How good is this law to your constituent today? What are you here for? You're here for those people over there. But look at how it blocks these people. So that we can change law. So those people will have say in government. That's how it is. Our educational system today is bad. It's very bad. Our educational system today is very bad. Our healthcare delivery system today is very bad. Agriculture is very bad today. Okay? Here we got, in this country, we got nothing we sell outside to get money. We don't sell anything outside to get money. What is it that we're selling outside all the day that we can get money? You see? Nigeria got the best, got a strong economy. They sell their oil and plan in mind that this oil is for the people in this country. We have to develop this country and make the people to be able to live in this country instead of them going somewhere. They gave people incentive, they encourage people to promote people's idea, to build, to develop. You go to best hospital in Nigeria. All right? We have had iron ore, we have rubber. But people who have been on the forefront as a unitary government leader, president, what did they do? What did they do to the iron ore? Had any of them suggested building a factory to turn the iron ore into a steroid? Had any of them ever thought of that? Ellen Johnson said he thought of that once upon a time. But when she got there, Mental Steel came from India and went to Nima. What did they do? We understand that Mental Steel came with 8 pickups and gave it to the representative and the senator of Nima County. The rest of the money, they put it into the brown envelope. Ellen Johnson carried to the House of Representatives. The people who were supposed to sign the contract, they signed that contract and got that $500 from the brown envelope. you're selling your mineral resources for $500. Where there is iron ore, there is gold and diamond. Understand that. You dig the ground today, you got iron ore over there. There's always gold and diamond from right there. So as a result, when Metal Steel started mining the iron ore, they will put their iron ore, they will take that gravel and put it into a box and send it to India, there where they're going to save that and take those 3 minerals. But they are here only for iron ore. But mind you, wheresoever you dig iron, you think they're going to tell you that? You think they're going to tell you, say, where there is iron ore, we're only taking iron ore? No. We are not educated. Okay? Because unitary government has been there, and because the kind of unitary government we have back home, their intention is always to keep them poor and illiterate, to control them. They don't want to bring competitive education system. So as a result, majority of us are illiterate, cannot even read and understand. All right? We don't have anywhere to work to get money. If you get money, you can fight back, but we don't have anywhere to fight. We don't have anywhere to work to get money. As a result, we're always hungry. You can't fight back when you're hungry. All right? So majority of the people in the country are illiterate, cannot read and understand. Okay? That's why the children from Nima started fighting and messed and busted all the different equipment that Metal Steel brought. All right? You said, you as an educated woman, you said that Turbo then had done very bad. They took the German and carried them to bombing here to dig iron ore all this time and let that play as a bombing hole. Never build a school, never build a road, never build a clinic, and never build a factory, nothing. But here you are. You become a president. You allow Metal Steel to go to Nima to do the identical thing that you are accused Turbo for. All right? The identical thing. How do you call yourself? Or were you saying this as a means to fool the people, or to fool us to vote for you, or to promote your idea that you are going to be there? Just once you got into you put your foot into that shoe, you change the whole thing around. You are not no more Ellen Johnson Sirleaf that could change things. You are Ellen Johnson Sirleaf that could fit in the shoe of Turbo before. All right? Same thing. So who is going to go over there? Who can we allow to go over there when they already passed a law that Liberia in the United States or in the diaspora, they come here, they should not take part in the government? What are we going to do? You can't even work in a hospital there and want to do things straight. They will tell you, say, oh no, the thing you want to do, that's not what we've been doing here. The way we've been treating people, that's how we want to treat people. As a result, you will not feel important. Okay? You will not feel that you have learned something. The next minute you want to leave from there. Yes, you want to leave from there. You don't want to be there. And what is a country that do not allow change? What is a country? What is an organization that will not allow change? They will never take in change. Change is very, very important in any society. Any society that allows change is a society of development. It's a society of prosperity. But the one we got in Liberia is the organization that don't want change. And as long as they don't want change, the country will run just as it is from day to day. Those people do not care about what the country look like compared to Ghana and Nigeria. They don't care for that. Because first of all, they are not establishing any educational system. They are not doing that. But those people, the Nigerian, the Ghanaian, the Sierra Leonean, the Guinean, the Ivorian, they're competing. They are competing in this area. You know, they are educating their people to the best. The man can leave from Africa and go to France. He will hold job there because he educated to just to the curriculum. But we say people go to school in September because that's the same old we got in America. But the curriculum we got in America is not right there. You're not teaching the children the curriculum in America. Huh? But the time frame is what you put there. What's the curriculum? What we have in our curriculum? You can't leave from Liberia in the 12th grade. You say you're a 12th grade graduate. You come by here. The man cannot take the SAT and even make 500 points. He cannot do that. He can't even pass the college entrance. So what they say that they're teaching the children over there? Then they all day they are there to buy. They paying wire fee. What wire fee you paying? You paying wire fee for what? You pay the wire fee to somebody. The child goes sit over there and fail. How many people, when the wire fee now come, how many of those children that they pass in the wire fee that you pay? How many children that pass the wire? Let you understand. Nobody can see in the Ministry of Education. 2,000 children went for the wire. We got 1,500 pass. We ain't see nothing like that. But all we know, they pay for them to go for the wire fee. But to come by now, the result, we never got a result. What is the wire fee? This is where we are. The coronavirus is there. They are requesting Liberians in the diaspora to donate 1 million masks, 1 million test kits. Okay? If you are out there, you listen to me, and you know where you can get test kit, you know where you can get masks. Try to collect as many as the need, so you can make way to get it to them. That's why I heard the president saying yesterday on social media. All right? So we just want you to know that those are some of the things that you should know. All right? Even though people are making their own masks, but that idea cannot be passed to them. They want somebody to give it to them. You know, we use so much welfare system. The welfare system in Liberia now is becoming just like our way of living. Everything they must give it to us. All right? They must give it to us. We need everything from everybody, just like, it's more than anything else. Not so much that we need rice from Chinese who are only living on island. They don't have any land to live on. Some of them living on a boat on the water. All right? But they are the only people who can give up plenty of rice. You see that? Where that rice coming from? What land they growing that rice on? Okay? Chinese must donate all rice. Chinese must give all rice. You see? Is it the plastic, the melting and putting it into a different thing? And then they say that rice they're giving us? Sooner or later again, majority of the people, our poor people will die because the rice become cheap. So that they can give it to the people they eat. They develop obstruction, intestinal obstruction. They can't go in the bathroom. They vomit the next minute. They get right there in heart attack. They can't breathe. They die. All right? Because we want rice from Chinese that do not have land. We don't know where the rice come from. Maybe they grow the rice in the air, or they grow the rice in the water. All right? The welfare system. That's it. Welfare system. That's it. Everything must be donated to us. But we got a rainforest in Liberia. Huh? Over there we are there. Rainforest. We can grow any crops over there and live better. Even though the people are disconnected from the rural area. But look at the people that are living in the rural area. They don't have hospital. They don't have school to educate themselves. They don't have hospital to when they go into when they get malaria they will go to. They don't have hospital when they get one infection they will go to. But guess what? They can grow their crops. They eat the best of food. They eat the fresh fruit. They eat the fresh meat and fresh fish. The skin is all right. The skin is all right. They grow healthy. All right. Of course, they are illiterate because our government cannot provide it to them. It cannot provide it to them. Right now, you don't have coronavirus, but the people in the rural area, had they heard that? Some of them do not even have radio, so they don't know about coronavirus because nobody can go into that area. You don't have road for them to go there, so they sit down over there. They sleep on their farm in the night. They put their kitchen fire on. They lie down and sleep. In the morning, they go and dig their cassava and face a doma and finish eating. They set a trap and go look for it. They put a net in the fish in the water and go and get some fish and set their trap and find an opossum or some kind of deer. They come back, they get a fresh meat and dry some and keep it in the oil. They have to preserve their food. All right, look at that. Look at that, and look at some people who are in the urban area under the unitary government. Some of them skin they like that. When you breathe, then they fall down. Yes, we are in it. You want government to recognize you to know that how to recognize. Just to say, oh, we in Monrovia, huh? You sit down over there, you eat one piece of bread in the morning. You will not eat another one on day when you went to bed. But those children over there, they eat in the morning. They eat their cassava in the morning. In the afternoon, the guy rice with potato green, cassava leaf, and eat. In the evening, they eat. If they want to eat cassava or they want to eat rice, they eat rice and go to bed. When you see them, they are healthy. They got good immune system. People like that, they don't have lungs. They are not smoking. The place is not polluted. No car passing to pour carbon dioxide in the air. They breathe the air that the tree, the forest provide. All right? And drink the water from the creek. The water that coming straight from the head. From that hill, you see that. That's the kind of clean water to drink. All right? Even though the government not for them, they don't know anything about the government. They don't know anything. But on the other side, God did them well. God is working for them very well. At least God keep it there. Because your own people turn against you, God is for you. That's what the people did. Today, that's how our country is. From now on, many of you can sit there and listen to me. You will see all these people come on social media. Hold the government, but nobody is ever going to mention about unitary government, how bad is it for our country. Nobody going to talk about that because this is something that majority of the people that talk, they like to get into that kind of government. Because when you get into that kind of government, you're there to get all that you never had before. So they don't think about changing that kind of government. Oh, don't talk about it. They don't like that. None of them like to talk about that. None of them like to talk about that. No. Why you talk about that thing you talk about? Don't talk about changing it. It's not if everybody get to know about it and they change it. You get into a government like that, then you will not have nowhere to take anything. What the government will give you, that all you will have. But the way it is right now, no. The government official can take as much as they want. No. You see people that get in gas. Some of them living half miles. Some of them living single to come down to Monrovia. All right? They're giving them $250 worth of gasoline. Gas slip. Giving them 500 slip of gas. Okay? Why that? What is that? Why incentive is that? Some of them, they gave them government car. Huh? Why did you get your government car? What What are you doing with a government car? Huh? You don't buy your own car? Buy your own car, buy your own gas. All right? Go outside and bring company so that your constituent will have job to live on. Go outside. Bring company into the country. Okay? But when one small company comes to do this, you don't want the $1 million to be caught under the table. Oh, you got to sign. Before we sign a contract, you must do that. At that time, they only thinking about money now. They are not thinking about the benefit of this company to the rural people or to the people of Liberia. They are not thinking about what is the positive side of this company. But they're thinking about, before they sign, how much money must go in their pocket. Because if the company do not put that money down, they will leave. The Nigerian man, I think in 2012 came, he wanted to open a cement factory on Bushel Island. Plus, he wanted to open an electricity corporation there so that he can be selling it to Liberia 12 cents per kilowatt hour. But they asked him to sign the contract and he was supposed to pay. He said, no, I'm not here for that. I'm coming to help you, employ your people to get them more job. Then I'm gonna come and pay you to do that. No, I'm not doing it. The Nigerian man left. The billionaire left. He did not open that cement factory. And we understand Ellen Johnson Sirleaf because she was part of Cemenco. She did not want a competition. You see, that's personal intention of the president or people who want to get in government. Okay, that's some of the thing. That man left. Why am I going to come and pay you to sign contract and to establish things that you don't have, to give you things that you don't have in your country? I'm going to pay you? What kind of welfare system is that? Everything I'm going to give it to you free. No. This is what happened. So it is some of these things that we must understand. As I understand it today, the coronavirus, people should, our task force by home should be teaching the people the mode of transmission, how this coronavirus is transmitted from one person to the next. So in this way, how do we stop or prevent the spread of the virus? This is what our task force, headed by Mary Bro, according to our president, should be teaching the public. Teaching should be the first step. We'll teach you how the virus spread. Then from there, what can you do to prevent the spread? Then the wearing mask, the distancing should come to force. Then where can they get these things? That all should be a plan. It should be within the plan. All right? But as we see it, they beat people. Oh, we got curfew. If you don't observe the curfew, they will beat you. You know, people in town, the distancing, they're not even thinking about the distancing because nobody told them. They're not thinking about the mask because they want the mask to come from America. So nobody can make masks by themselves. They must come from America first. Is it how this whole program working? It was nice talking to you guys. It was very nice that few of you were able to share. All right, and it's nice. But for now, we thank you guys for listening to me. At least some of the things I said, you go home and think about it. Think about the government system we got. Think about the healthcare delivery system we got. Think about the educational, competitive educational system that we got. Okay? Think about the matter of educating our people. Think about whether or not our people are in the government that we got in Monrovia. They're not the government of Liberia, but we're talking about government of Monrovia. All right. So I put my phone down there. Nobody can call. It's all right. So it's all night. We'll see y'all on tomorrow. Okay? Thank you, guys.